So everyone in this world, we're always looking for, what is it? To be happy, happiness. But are we always happy? What happens? What happens to us? We always look for happiness, but it is always thwarted, right? Whether we like it or not. That's the experience. Can anybody say, I'm always happy? Raise your hand. Yeah, somehow the world doesn't let you be happy all the time. So this is a place of dualities. So when you have happiness, you will also have, yeah, distress. When you have sometimes you get honored, right? But there will be times when you get dishonored. Have you all experienced? Yeah, yeah. So like that, even outside also you see there is heat and cold. Now we have summer season, good season, right? Until recently it was very cold and dull, dark. Most of the day is dark in Seattle, especially. Nobody likes Seattle weather. Yeah. So this is a place of duality. Nobody can escape it. That is how it is designed. And sometimes people say, "Oh, why? It's okay. We are happy anyway. Doesn't matter." That is how it is. But an intelligent person really questions why it is like this. Do you all agree? Yeah. So suffering is not automatic. Suffering is imposed. Suffering is given. Like, is there any suffering that is automatic? Do you ever feel like that? Sometimes we feel, it's part of life. But actually, suffering is not automatic. For example, a person suffers a disease, like say lung cancer, right? But he might have done something to get that, right? So there is some cause for it. There is nothing that is automatic, right? So our existence in the middle world. So we all learned in Discover Yourself that we are not this body. We are not physical. What is it? What is it we are? Spiritual or spirit, soul, right? Soul proper. Soul belongs where then? Soul is spiritual in nature. This middle world is full of material substance. Soul belongs where? Hmm? Spiritual, spiritual world. Yeah, yeah. So soul belongs to the spiritual world, but when it is in the middle world, it experiences dualities. So that is how it is. So, for example, if you have a hot iron rod, in the fire, it is very hot. It is as good as fire. But when it is outside, it naturally becomes dull. It doesn't retain its properties. A flower, when it is connected to the plant, it is fresh, blooming. But as soon as it is disconnected, it loses its value. Over time, it becomes dull and right. It loses its uh, blooming nature. Correct. So anything that is connected to the source, it has its value. For example, in India, we all experience this scrap guys, right? Suppose there is a big vehicle and it has a nut. The nut fell down, right? You found it, and every day the scrap guys come and you can give them, at least in small towns you find this, right? You give them and they pay you something, either in some material or they pay you some rupees also. Suppose there is a screw that fell down of a car, and it's a big iron piece. You gave to a scrap guy. How much he will give you? He give you like say 2 rupees or 5 rupees, correct? But if the guy who lost the nut, he lost the nut, he needs that for the car. So he goes to the car depot or the service center to fix the same nut. How much he charges? Huh? In the service center, he'll be charged maybe 1,000 rupees. The same nut. The same nut, when it is disconnected from its source, when it is found on the road, it has very minimal value. But when it is connected to its source, it has a lot of value. So similarly, the soul, which belongs to spiritual world, when it is connected to Lord, it has its value. But when it is disconnected in the middle world, it has no value. But when you again reconnect, you retain its value. You see? To be always happy, the principle is to connect to the spiritual source, because you are spiritual in nature. No matter what you try to enjoy in this world, however hard you try, your experience will be futile. That is the nature. We go through a lot of examples in this class to make this point very concrete, right? Yeah. So by the way, the creator of this universe, who is it? Lord Krishna, as per Bhagavad Gita. So let's see what Krishna says about this. So we read this last week. We'll just go through it again. Let's read this verse. This is a Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter 15th verse. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. Yeah. So this is the translation. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this material world, temporary material world, which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Right? So a yogi who perfects his life will go back to a place, spiritual realm. From there is no miseries. But this world is advertised as what? Yeah. It's like, suppose if I'm a manufacturer of a soap, right? I advertise about my soap that as soon as you put it on your skin, your itching will start. Yeah. Will you ever buy it? That's exactly like that. So the one who created this world is telling about the nature of this world. Right? What is he saying? Dukkhalayam. This place is a place of misery. But then why are we here, right? So this is the origin question, right? Why we are here. Yeah. So we'll understand that in detail, but we are spiritual in nature. But we somehow or other, we left our spiritual realm, the place where Vaikuntha or Goloka, any other spiritual planet that we belong originally, we left there. And now we are in the material realm. So in this place, there is going to be experience of dualities. That's not stoppable. It cannot be stopped. Yeah, but then is there no hope? Is the question, right? But now I'm in this middle world. How can I manage my life here? So there is another verse for that. Bhagavad Gita 7:14. This is a hope-giving verse. Let's read this. Daivi hi yesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Yeah. So let's read the translation. This divine energy of mine is actually talking about who? Maya Shakti, which is actually energy of the Supreme Lord, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Right? The only way one can face the challenges of material existence is by actually taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. So this is what, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So this will understand with some more details on how mental world is a place of suffering. So last week we discussed this hurry and worry from whom to whom. I asked a young boy, no, he asked me when I asked, how are you? He said, I'm happy. See, Prabhuji, I already completed my birth. So generally we say 4 problems in the middle world: birth, death, old age, and disease. Right? So Prabhuji, I am born already. Now it is gone. Old age now, it's going to come much later. There is no problem. I'm now very healthy. Right? I have no disease. I'm enjoying what is there. So then, after going through this exercise, he understood actually there is a trouble everywhere, at every phase of life. So I'm not going to repeat this. We spent a good time from very young age, So we talked about from school going child to engineering student, boy in 10th standard, the various phases of life, how expectations of this world are, our own expectations of life always trouble us, right? So at every phase, there is a challenge. It's not straightforward. Yeah. So this exercise also we did. Yeah. Now, so we understand that there is suffering in this world, right? Now the question I asked, is suffering automatic or inflicted? So is it inflicted or automatic? What do you all think? The pain you suffer in this world. You're doing your work on your own, somebody suddenly says a bad word to you. You feel bad. It happened to all of us, correct? So we divided the problems into 3 categories. What are the 3 categories at a high level? Anyone remembers? Adhyatmika. Adhyatmika is what? Our own mind and body. Yes? Yeah. Then Adi Bhautika. Other living entities around. Yeah. Could be anyone. Adi Daivika. Natural calamities. Correct. Thank you. What's your name, Prabhu? Sanket. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Sanket. Yeah. So there is always an agent that causes us to suffer. It's not automatic, right? Yeah. So now this example, this story, did we read this last week? We read, right? Yeah. So I'll quickly summarize. So there was, Srila Prabhupada who started ISKCON movement. Once he was, in the mornings, because he was old, he used to get a body massage. Some of his disciples would do a massage to him. He was getting a massage just in the veranda of his residence. There was a sparrow that was right outside the building in a electric plug hole, right? So that sparrow actually made its home there. And Prabhupada said, Prabhupada would write almost the whole night. He would compile Bhagavatam and, all the scriptures that we have, about 90 he compiled, 90 books he compiled, they were all written in the night times. So he would compile and these sparrows make a lot of noise. So he wanted them to be taken away from there, right? So the sparrows went out. At the time, the disciple went and put some paper. He just made like a ball and just pushed there so that the sparrow doesn't come and continue to stay there. And then the sparrows, after some time, they came and they struggled very hard to remove it. They couldn't. And the male sparrow went and got its, female partner, and they both tried hard. And finally, they took it out. And they stayed for some time and they went out for some time. And then again, the devotee kept another paper. So this struggle went on. So the sparrow keeps coming back and, struggles hard, finally gave up because it couldn't open up, right? So in this way, the struggle was going on. So Prabhupada then, looked at it very thoughtfully and he said this, right? So he drew a parallel. So let me read this. So Prabhupada then drew an interesting parallel. He told me that even though the bird had eyes, they could not see. They could not see what is happening around, right? Although they were trying so hard to build their house, they couldn't see that the person who had prevented them stood nearby watching. So they continued on in ignorance, trying to make adjustments and struggling against the superior arrangement. So he explained how, in some way, so the sparrows are watching, but they're still not getting it. So similarly, in the middle world, we keep trying hard to enjoy this world in a better way. So the materialistic persons, though having eyes, are unable to see how Maya, the material energy, is supervising all their efforts. Right? They simply struggle on making adjustments, hoping to improve their lives and secure their place in material world. Isn't it? Not understanding that Maya is watching them, their every move and defeating them at every step. So this is the struggle of everyone. It's not just about the bird. It is the struggle of all of us, right? Okay, this is an interactive session. So let's, so now let's, so the idea of understanding in depth is so that this message really nails into your head, right? Give one or two examples from modern times for each of the statements below, right? The materialistic persons, though having eyes, are unable to see how Maya, the metal energy, is supervising all their efforts. So this is a statement here. They simply struggle on. Everybody in the middle world, hoping for happiness, they always struggle very hard, right? Any examples? Just think about any examples of people struggling very hard in the middle world.
India actually in big cities, people spend a lot on traffic jams, local trains.
Yeah. Even to go to their job, spend a couple of hours in Mumbai. I heard, in local trains. I tried to get on once, I could never get in. I was like 2, 3 times I failed. Somebody asked, "Are you new here?" It was very hard. So any other, yeah, it's people struggle very hard in the middle world. Yeah, at work, yeah, they struggle very hard.
Get a job is a struggle, and survive is a struggle.
Struggle, yeah.
Promotion is a struggle.
Promotion is struggle, yeah. Big struggle. Once I went to South Korea, I used to work at Samsung. And there, the work culture is, they work from morning 8 till night 8. Every day. It means that they don't see their children, if both the wife and husband are working, they just drop their children somewhere and their life is just struggling, working hard day and night. Imagine what their life is. And that just to, they said, even in those days, like that was like 15 years ago, more than 15 years ago. Even to buy a home for them, they have to pay, mortgage for 30, 40 years. And all their savings would be spent in that. In those days, now it could have been even worse. So it's a big struggle. Life is a struggle. Yeah. Making adjustments, hoping to improve their lives. A lot of people think I can adjust and be happy in this world. Any examples for that? Adjustments. People old age people, with skin wrinkles. What do they do? To, they try various skin tightening, you know, like they do, Botox, yeah, yeah, surgeries, yeah. And what else?
Generally again, get on another distribution, but after something.
Yeah, that continues always, yeah. There is never an ending. Yeah, that's a struggle example, yeah. Any other adjustments we make? You always have to adjust, right? Even in life, even after your marriage, you have to adjust to your new family and, you know, your in-laws. Yeah, your new manager, you have to adjust, right? Always you have to adjust. And sometimes your adjustments won't work. I mean, just suddenly you got a manager who is like whose expectations are very different, for example. It happens all the time at any level, right? We all struggle. Yeah. So this is always part of our life. Yeah. Securing their place in the middle world. We think we can secure our life, you know. What do we do? You know, what are some of the examples to secure our life? Build a house, yeah. Thinking that we'll live forever in that. What? More and more money, yeah. Money is a big factor, yeah. A lot of people think, you know, having money will secure them. But a lot of times what happens, they secure all, they make a lot of money, but then they become so ill, all the money is spent. They can't even enjoy a lot of times. There are some billionaires in India also, I heard. The person, he is billionaire, but he can't even pass properly. And he can't even eat what he likes. So what is the use of whatever he has, right? Yeah. Not understanding that illusion, Maya, is watching their every move and defeating them at every step. Any examples of this? Tsunamis, for example, right? We may have our own plans to enjoy the beach. Suddenly tsunami comes or an earthquake comes. You know, all our plans will be thwarted suddenly without a question, right? Middle energy is very hard, very harsh. Yeah. So these are all external problems, whatever we discussed. Mostly they are all external problems. Now, this is where yogis work. A yogi, a true yogi works at this level. So dealing with our material desires, this is the bigger challenge because you carry your mind wherever you go. Your mind carries all these desires. Until you manage your desires, you cannot be truly happy in this world. Why? Do desires stop? Anybody experienced, oh, I don't have any more desires. I am now fully satisfied. Does anybody has such experience? Yeah. So most of our desires are in this category, right? And if I ask you, if I give you a paper and write all your desires, will you have an end to it? Our desires exponentially grow, where our capacity to fulfill grows maybe linearly, or even it doesn't grow. With inflation, it's not growing. Yeah. So these are the categories, right? Our senses demand to see good things, to hear nice music, right? To touch the soft objects, to smell and to taste. So these are the sensual level. It's the most bottom level happiness or the desires we have. And then acquiring and keeping things, right? Everybody has this feeling of inadequacy. I lack something. I can be happy if I have this. That is ingrained in every, in every Like at a mental level, it is ingrained. I need this, otherwise I'm not happy. But unfortunately, even after getting that, are you going to be happy? You think you are going to be happy. So many of you thought coming to America, I'm good, happy, isn't it? Now, maybe 2 3 years, just I'll be happy, I'll go back to India. Many of us thought like that, correct? But it's never. Now the challenge have further extended, far further, right? Yeah, so inadequacy. We always have this feeling of inadequacy that causes us to acquire more and more in this world. And then we always have this feeling of insecurity. I need better connections, better social life, right? So I need people with better positions to be in touch with, right? So there is a feeling of insecurity, inadequacy, and our physical body needs comforts, right? Always more and more comforts. And the biggest of all is the ego, at the ego level. There is a physical level. This is physical level. These two are mental level, right? This is again physical level. This is even next level, ego level, right? So many of us look for some recognition at work or at your home or wherever you are, your social circles. So people look for ego satisfaction, right? Attainment of name, fame, status, power. They do anything for this sometimes, right? Yeah. But can we fulfill all our desires? Can we? Do we have the facility even to fulfill? If everybody was looking for everything, first thing is the desires are unlimited. Whatever you get, the next level desire immediately pops up. Think about your own life. Just go think about your life. As soon as you satisfy something, the next level desire immediately pops up. Do you all agree or not? Anybody disagrees? I'm satisfied. I'm now good. Fully satisfied. No, that's the problem with desires. Material desires are insatiable. That's the term for it. A person on cycle, right? He thinks, if I get a motorbike, I'll be very happy, right? And then a person on motorbike, now he sees around, I'm happy. As soon as he got motorbike, he felt very happy. As soon as you got a new mobile, everybody can experience this. You are very happy, right? Oh, wow, this new feature is so good. But as soon as you see, maybe after 3 months or 4 months, you see your neighbor or somebody who had a better phone with better functionality, this doesn't look any more attractive, right? So that's the way material mind works. Material mind works in that way. So whatever you have, the best car you have, the best home you have, there is always a better thing. And there will be a time when you feel this is inadequate. This is insufficient to satisfy. That's how our material mind works, right? So now, you got a car. Are you happy? Some of your friends have helicopters, for example. Oh, if I only get on a helicopter, you'll be happy. So in this way, there is no limit, right? Wherever you are, now Elon Musk is promising you can go to Mars. One-way trip to Mars. And for that one-way trip, there are thousands of people who signed up. Means they don't want to return also. People are so crazy. Yeah. So the reality is, even if you become compassionate and give something to the poor, right, to satisfy them, even anything given in material charity, it doesn't satisfy them. They will get to the next level of desires. Desires take you in a staircase way. You are at this level is the biggest desire you have. Once you get there, then this level is the mind just goes in that spiral. Think about it. There is no way to satisfy. So how you can say somebody is happy? Can you say a billionaire is happy? It depends on, based on what we discussed. How can you say Bill Gates is happy or not today? However much he has, how much content he is, no, the basic point is what we discussed so far. Yes, desires. If his desires are going beyond what we can fulfill, will he be happy? He will not be happy. Why would there be whatever we heard about it, their families, etc. Otherwise, correct? So there is a historical personality called Hiranyakashipu. How many of you have heard about Hiranyakashipu? Right? So he conquered the whole world. Forget about Bill Gates, Chota Pota, they only have riches of this world. This guy, Hiranyakashipu, he's a demon. He conquered the 3 worlds. Was he happy all the time? So when he came back home, his own son was not obliging to him, wasn't listening to him. Was he happy with that? He was like totally mad. He was very distressed. I am able to control the entire world, but in my home, I am not able to control my own 5-year-old child. Right? So it's a myth that by fulfilling my material desires, I will be happy at some point in time. It's a myth. We chase after life after life, hoping against hope that by fulfilling my desires, I'll be very happy. It's impossible. Yeah. So desires, the problem is desires multiply faster than you satisfy them. This is like a Newton's law of mind. Right? Desires multiply faster than you satisfy them. This is the real problem, right? So whatever you are, the richest or poor, whatever you are, the power to satisfy desires can only go up arithmetically, while the power to fulfill the desires or the desires grow exponentially in a geometric progression, right? Yeah. So you satisfy one, just rises to 10. It's like Ravana's head. You heard, right? You cut off one head, again 10 more heads pop up. Yeah. So our true enemies are not outside. They are within of us. What are our true enemies? Lust. This is the prime enemy of us. Lust is the desire to enjoy. The desire to enjoy in this world is called lust. It's not just enjoying only the opposite sex. Any fundamental desire to enjoy in this world is called lust. Now, this is the fundamental premise of misery in this world. So when you have this, when you fulfill the desire, what happens? Somehow you're able to fulfill your desire. Does your desire stop? Huh? It grows. You want to enjoy the same thing in a multiplied way. So that's called greed. So lust, when it is fulfilled, it becomes greed. This is another problem. You become greedy. You want more and more of the same. But at some point, you can't get forever whatever you want. What happens? At some point, you will be thwarted. You will be stopped from fulfilling your desire from society or whatever, or the circumstances. When your desire is not fulfilled, then you develop what? Naturally. Your desire, you want to enjoy something, somebody is taking away your desire, or is not letting you fulfill your desire. What happens to you? You become mad at them. Me and my desire, this guy is coming in between. Let me remove it. This is how so many atrocities happen in this world. All the violence, or people killing each other. Most of it is because of these three simple problems, if you understand. Right? So lust turns into anger when the desire is not fulfilled. You all agree? Any, maybe I cannot ask, do you have any experience? If you all can relate to some of it, that's good enough, right? Yeah. So this is the real problem. Even if a man is handed over all the objects of this world to enjoy, still he will not be satisfied and will desire more of them. Yeah. So this is so remember this core point. These are fundamental lessons. Understand that I can never be happy just by trying to fulfill my material desires. I need something higher than that to be truly happy and satisfied in this world. Yeah. Now let's do some exercise. This is to just, nail this point in your life. Some of these personalities you may not know. So these are examples of various people who had unlimited desires and they could not fulfill, for example. So let's read this. One who lost his life due to carrying away another man's wife. Ravana, we all know. Some of you may not know, but yeah. So Ravana, that's correct. Thank you. One who lost his whole dynasty and sons due to greed for property. Dhritarashtra, the father of Duryodhana, right? So he's the king at the time. He could have fairly divided the land between Pandavas just wanted 5 villages. He could have given and be done, but he is not ready. One who poisoned his cousin to kill him and become unrivaled king. Huh? Yeah. That's correct. Aurangzeb. Thank you. Yeah, this is Aurangzeb. One who forcibly stole the Kamadhenu cow of Vashishta. Vishwamitra. Yeah. This is from Puranas. May not be familiar for everyone. One who sends apsaras to bewilder sages due to insecurity. Huh? Indra. See, Indra is the king of heaven. You may think that, if only I can become Indra, there is nothing in life. I don't want anything. I just want Indra. You might think like that. Donald Trump also thought, if I just become president, I'll be happy. All his plans are getting thwarted one after the other now. People think that they can be happy by becoming what they want, but they are not. So even Indra, the king of heaven, he could not be happy forever. So one who greedily conquered practically the entire world at the age of 29, Alexander the Great. I heard this story. Alexander the Great, he was such a fierce fighter. He would conquer any place he go. And he died at a very early age. He got disease, as part of the scams. And at the time of death, he left his arm open like this. Just to show the world that even though I conquered the entire world, I am not able to carry a single thing when I'm leaving this world. Just to show that example, he just So his life is an example of formidable greed that would, leave one failed in life completely. So one who killed his brother and put his father in prison to become king. Actually, this is Aurangzeb. That is Duryodhana. Yeah, yeah. He tried to poison his cousin Bhima. Correct. Sorry, I'm wrong. One who, due to his lust, was killed by Bhima in disguise of Draupadi. Huh? Kichaka. He could not become king. At least he tried Yuvraj for some time. Yeah. So this is Kichaka. Now Kichaka tried to, try to enjoy Draupadi in the Vidarbha kingdom when Pandavas were in disguise, hiding for that 1 year. One who sent a Brahmastra to kill the last child of Pandava dynasty. This is Ashwatthama, yeah, out of fear of life. This is actually egoistic thing also. Yeah. One who tricked Brahma by asking bones to almost become immortal. Hiranyakashipu, yes. So this guy had a plan to become immortal. And he did meditation for thousands of years. And finally, Lord Brahma appeared. He asked, I want to become immortal. Brahma said, even I have to die. I have a date too, so I can't make you immortal. Ask for anything else. Then, so he thought, okay, let me put Brahma in a position that it's almost immortality. So he would ask for a boon to not die, with a weapon or without a weapon. So like that, he would put not in the day, not in the night, not inside a building, outside a building, not by man, not by an animal. Yeah. So he put 100 conditions, and he thought, okay, now I'm able to overcome the challenge. Now I'm immortal. But Lord is more, God is even more intelligent. He found various ways. He easily tricked him out and killed him in the form of Narsingadev. So this is a drawing exercise. We'll skip it. Yeah. So 3 reasons why material objects cannot satisfy our heart. So now let's understand the 3 reasons. The first reason is it is changeable. Now, material objects, are they permanent? Anything stays permanent? Material object, no. It's perishable and cannot give lasting happiness. This is the nature of it. Anybody want to read? Who has the mic? Yeah.
All material objects that we hanker for, these wooden, equals, positions, they all depreciate and can give only temporary and illusory goals. A mind longs for more and more of the same thing. When it gets bored, it becomes restless, and then it demands varieties of things to hop and jump from one to another searching for happiness.
I give an example. I buy some toys to my daughter, right? You won't believe, I buy a nice car. She just finds something and she asks me to buy. Sometimes I buy, sometimes I don't. But whenever I buy, it's on the same day she will stop using it. It lasts for less than a day. Sometimes I spend $20, $15. It's like that. She just moves on to the next. My house now became a yard of so many toys. She goes, sometimes enjoys for everything. She just enjoys for 15 minutes. That's it. Even our own experience, you have a desire to, go on a bike or, or a car, something, right? That how long do you really think that you have this car? Maybe a few months, right? After a few months, it's just routine for you. You want something different now. You're not happy with that. It's just part of life. You got into the best college, for example. I remember I went to IIT. It was like a dream. When I got selected, oh my God, I was so happy. I thought I just conquered the world. I felt like that. But as soon as 6 months into the college, I don't feel at all. And the assignments are like so crazy. I think I should have just gone to the simple college. What is this? This is too much. It's like so hard. Sometimes we used to work till 2 a.m. in the morning. I used to curse myself. Why did I even land up here? I got a job. I didn't go join the job. I ended up in the college here. These guys are not leaving me. It was like stressful, right? So anything you think you will be happy. Even at job sometimes I was happy at Samsung. I joined Microsoft. It's very competitive there, in India especially. I felt, why am I even here? I want to be spiritually. What is this going on here? So it's always you think you'll be happy, but it's never. There's always. It's just matter of time that will why get bored. Yeah.
But sir, just as a misinformed man was trying to squeeze out sweet juice from a bamboo, which appeared like a sugar cane, a man can never become happy by trying his best with material objects of this world.
So the material world, whatever we find here, there is actually the spiritual counterpart for it. The true enjoyment is in the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, but the counterpart is in the middle world. It appears like you can enjoy, but it doesn't give that enjoyment by its nature, right? Like a sugar cane is sweet. Sugar cane you can really relish. It is juicy and enjoy. But a bamboo stick is not like a sugar cane, right? So middle world, the bamboo also appears like a sugar cane. A bamboo appears like a sugar cane. But if you try to enjoy, what happens? There is no juice. You won't enjoy. So that's the problem in the middle world. So we try to squeeze out as much as possible, but we'll never feel happy. Yeah. So this is the solution. This is the real point here. Yeah.
The soul and Supreme Lord Shri Krishna are Chidvastu, conscious living beings, whereas the objects that one desires in this world are called Jadavastu or dead matter.
Yeah. So this is the true problem. So we are spiritual in nature. But when we try to enjoy the material objects in this world, it doesn't mean that you don't use your car, you use that, but you understand that those are temporary, those are not the places where I seek my happiness. You are actually spiritual in nature. A yogi seeks after spiritual happiness. That's where true happiness lies. Don't try to search for happiness where it doesn't exist. That's the whole lesson we are trying to learn today. So the material objects of this world are like Jadavastu. Right. Yeah. So no matter what you get in this world, that is Jadavastu, that is dead matter, that never will satisfy.
Since Lord and soul are of the same quality, real happiness can be achieved only in relation with Him. Unfortunately, the living entity is trying to get happiness from TV, movies, electronic gadgets, eating, sex life, etc. But he'll never be satisfied.
Yeah, we learned this already. Yeah. So this is the material objects in this world are changeable and perishable and cannot give lasting happiness. Next point is material pleasures are limited. Go ahead.
If somebody tells you, I'm enjoying life, you may ask them two questions. How much and how long can you enjoy?
Yeah, many people say, oh, I'm happy and I'm enjoying life. People say that. But the question is, how much are you enjoying? Are you really truly happy? And how long? Right? Yeah. So the soul's desire is to be happy eternally. But that's not going to be answered positively by just enjoying material life. Yeah.
There may be a dozen five-star hotels in the city, where every day over 50 varieties of items may be in the menu. Like a cow tied to a pole cannot enjoy grass beyond the radius of the rope, even the wealthiest man cannot enjoy beyond the land.
Even if you have enough money, you cannot just keep eating, right? You have a limitation of, the senses have a limitation on how much they can enjoy. Can you eat like 20 gulab jamuns? No. Or, your favorite dessert, you can only eat in a limited quantity. Even though you love it, after a certain time, enough is enough, You start hating it. You can't really enjoy it. So senses are limited. They can enjoy only to a limited extent. Yeah.
A desire to enjoy sex life is like an itching sensation which can never be satisfied by scratching. By continuous scratching, one may start bleeding. The solution to stop itching is to stop scratching and apply medicine. Similarly, giving up illicit sex and chanting the holy name is the way for happiness.
So it's not by indulgence one becomes truly happy. The point is we should, especially illicit relations, etc. We should not have such desires, eliminate such negative desires. That is how one can be truly happy. And how do you eliminate? Can you eliminate automatically? Will it ever go automatically away? No. You need to engage in spiritual practices for that. That is the only way. No other material practice will take away your desire to enjoy, like this, right? Otherwise, your mind is always tortured by these illicit desires. So chanting the holy name, right? So this is the best and fastest way to give up negative desires of the mind.
Yogis are connoisseurs of pleasure. They don't become satisfied with petty pleasures, be it by body, mind, intellect, or ego. They relish the unlimited bliss that comes by surrendering to the Lord.
Yeah. So yogis, many people think, oh, they gave up everything, but they gave up everything for a better thing. That's what people don't understand. Yeah. So it's not that they're foolish that they gave up something. Yeah. So this is material pleasures are limited. Now the next point is material pleasures. You want to read? Yeah. Material pleasures is a chase after mirage.
Material, the material world is a poverty reflection of the spiritual world. Just like the man
and
who
queen.
not a beautiful girl cannot give any satisfying relationship. Similarly, material bodies cannot quench our thirst for happiness. Sometimes it appears that material pleasures are more easily reachable than spiritual bliss, but it is not true. A moving image of selective movement can make a passionate man lusty, but cannot give him tangible enjoyment.
Yeah. So this is our experience of everyone. It appears to give enjoyment, but it doesn't really satisfy you.
Once a train that spent a lot of time near a lake in search of fish happened to see a bull's testicle hunting. He thought to himself, if fishes are so easily available, why do people struggle hard to get from the lake? Thinking in this way, it put his beaks in between the two legs of the bull and got a severe kick from the bull. Not able to understand what is happening, the train tried again and again and got repeated kicks. This is the condition of one pursuing material pleasures. The material objects are like mere shadows, they are imitation of spiritual objects and cannot give us satisfaction that we are looking for.
Yeah. So why I can just enjoy. Sometimes, fishes, people keep baits. Or, sometimes, rats are captured in these, what is it called? Rat traps. So rat thinks, oh, how a foolish guy this homeowner is. He kept a nice cheese for me to eat. He just goes in and gets trapped. Immediately the door closes from behind. Rat traps. And the rat dies in the trap. Right? So like that, in this middle world also, there are so many allurements. We get a lot of emails about enjoying in this middle world, all trying to deceive us, right? So if we fall for it, what happens? We just, we get trapped, just like a rat. So there is, all promising pleasures are traps. That is how we should understand. Yeah, please read this.
The material objects are like mere shadows that are imitations of superior
Spiritual.
and cannot give us satisfaction that we are looking for.
Yeah, so this is the key point there. Yeah, so this we already discussed. Yeah, go ahead.
Material and evils to be pleasure after some time. Those same material objects can give us pleasure for a long time. For example, if you're mad for eating gulab jamuns, eat one, two, three. A stage will come when you will not want to eat anymore. And if it is given forcefully, you will feel repulsion and vomit.
Yeah, whatever your favorite dessert is, you only can eat so much. After that, you feel repulsion.
When you go to a picnic to some hill station with your friends, initially you may enjoy the experience, but after some time you start feeling bored and ask others, when are we returning back?
Yeah. So it's only a limited time that you feel happy. Anything you do in this world.
If somebody gives you a birthday gift nicely packed in a shining golden paper bag, how eager are you open and see what the gift is? But once the gift is opened, you turn it around, left, right, up, down, and see it. You keep it aside.
This is, I told my daughter, right? She's, oh, she says, she cries so much to get a something. But as soon as you buy one day, that's all. She never looks it again.
Now, probably you may not touch it again, even in future.
Yeah.
A newly wedded couple hold several dreams about marriage and life with a new partner. They feel as they often show in movie, night angels are singing, peacocks are dancing, flowers are showering from the heaven, and whole world is celebrating our marriage, etc. But the bridegroom with a beautiful king like human, like turban is raised on a horse and given all respect for one day, only to tolerate all kinds of problems throughout his life. Once marriage is over, the couple has to face the harsh realities of life, getting a job, purchasing a flat, procuring furniture, raising the newly born child, admitting him in school, household cares, and facing crisis, etc.
It's,
Besides that,
it's not that, these are all duties of life, but they're all challenges. It's not like straightforward, everything is a challenge here. That's the point. It's not like, I married and I'm happy. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Go ahead. Yeah.
besides that, the beautiful bodies, which was like a lumpy grapes turns into raisins like bride of grapes. They may proudly proclaim that they have been united by love marriage, but they may fight almost like cat and rat.
Yeah, that is the reality, harsh reality of life. So this is the summary. The charm of material pleasures are short-lived and turn into boredom or dryness after some time. Yeah.
Material pleasures, not new. A chewing gum has a good flavor in the beginning, but becomes tasteless within a short time. Still, sometimes children keep chewing them again and again. Similarly, the living entity has done the same activity of eating, sleeping, mating, and defending in every life, in the dog's body, cat's body, etc. Prahlad Maharaj calls it Puna Puna Charvita,
Charvanana.
eating the truth, chewing the truth.
Yeah. So the so we had many lifetimes before this life. And in all these lives, we try to enjoy middle world. We ate, we slept, we defended, and this is continuing life after life. So irrespective of that, we still suffer in this middle world, right? So this is nothing new. We have gone through in many lifetimes. Same thing we are repeating now. It's like a chewed gum. After some time, you just chew it, but there is no pleasure in it. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj describes it, Punas Charvita Charvanana, chewing the chew. Yeah.
Full material world is based on principle of duality. Duality means everything here is made of two opposite aspects. Example, day, night, life, death, summer, winter, pleasure, pain, joy, sorrow, association, dissociation, etc. These two aspects cannot be separated from each other, like the two faces of the same coin.
Just like if you have a coin, it has two sides. Can you have only one side, only heads? Impossible. So middle world comes with dualities. There is no escape from it, right? Anything you do. So how many of you have own car here? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you use Uber? Rest of you, right? Yeah. So if I ask you, what are the pros of owning a car? And what are the pros of owning there are pros and cons for everything, correct? That is called duality. There is always pro and con for everything in the middle world. That's because that's how it is. There is nothing like one-way traffic. There is always pro and con. Yeah.
Means any object that gives you pleasure also gives pain. Any person or thing which is associated with you must also dissociate or leave you at some time. If you have some advantages of something, you will have some disadvantages also.
See, this is how everything is built here. This is by design. By design, the middle world is built with duality everywhere. You have some advantages. If you poke a little, we will find there are many disadvantages also, with everything we do. Even for marriage, yeah. Read this.
When you marry, there is some pleasure, but there are disadvantages in the form of extra responsibility, burden, and adjustment.
I'm not saying you should not marry or you should marry. You can definitely marry. The thing is, understand there are both sides of it, right?
When you buy a house somewhere, you have the joy of having your own house, but there are also anxieties of maintaining it, repairing it, and paying the bills and taxes.
Yeah, it comes with it.
To find real happiness and bliss, we will have to transcend the duality of the world and return back home, back to Godhead. Till that time, one tolerates all dualities as mercy of God and pushes on life beautifully. Once we attain the shelter of Supreme Lord Krishna, then we will never be disassociated from Him. We will never die. He will never die. Our services to Him will be eternal and imperishable.
Yeah. We are spiritual in nature. Right now, in the middle world, just like a flower cut off from its plant, it has very little value. Very soon it dries up. But if the flower is still connected to the plant, it grows, right? So we originally belong to the spiritual realm, but we are temporarily in the material realm. So in the temporal realm, we go through the dualities because the temporary realm is designed in such that there are both dualities. We experience pleasures and pains, honor, dishonor, heat and cold. So this world is designed like that. By design, it is like that. Yeah. So the solution is what? The spiritual being should go back to where? Spiritual world, where it originally belongs. It's like fish going back to pond rather than staying. If you take the fish out of water and give it nice dessert, will it be happy? You gave the best foods, you comb its hair nicely, will it be happy? As soon as you put the fish back in the water, it is in its natural state. So similarly, the spiritual being, as long as it lives in the middle world, it has to go through the struggles of middle world. As soon as it is put back in the spiritual realm, or within this world, when you are connected spiritually through meditation on the holy names, you feel that spiritual connection and the happiness. Right? So while staying in this world, what we do, we tolerate the challenges of these dualities. Understand and tolerate. While keep our aim on the higher spiritual reality. Don't succumb to the material desires. They are never satisfiable. Limit your material desires. Turn your material desires into spiritual desires. Those are the lessons we take away. Any questions? Yes, Saket. You want to take the mic?
No. The source of content.
What is the?
My question is, what is the source of all these desires? Like, how do we?
Where the desires come? The desires are innate to the soul. The soul has spiritual desire originally. But when it is covered by ignorance, avidya, forgetfulness. So when you are in the spiritual realm, you cannot think of anything material. For that to, when you have that independent desire to enjoy independently, that is the original source of the problems. When you are covered, when your original knowledge of your connection with the Lord is covered by ignorance, avidya, that's when the desire starts, right? And then it accumulates over and over, right? And when it is thrown in the middle world, just goes in a spiral. The desires keep increasing. Then the property that you have, the desire, tells that you are spiritual in nature. Because it's the soul that actually desires. But in the middle world, covered by false ego, the spiritual desires turn into material desires. The desires to enjoy with the Lord, in union with the Lord, turn into desires to enjoy the material objects of this world. That's because of forgetfulness of our connection, original connection with the God. The desire to enjoy is not going to be stopped. You will have it. Now, because you forgot your connection with the God, you will try to enjoy in whatever is available to you. Right? So that is, your dominion is middle realm. So you want to enjoy in the middle realm. Right? Yeah. So the fact that you have desires because you are spiritual in nature. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. We'll end here. We have Prasadam here. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna, Pritam Prabhu. Must be very late for you. I'll end the call.